everybody, welcome to the channel for another video. Today is Thursday, and so it is our time of the week to do Throwback Thursday. But before we get started with that, if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So happy that you're here. All right, guys. So what is Throwback Thursday? Well, it's where I take palettes that I've had for a long time that I haven't used much, or maybe I've never used them, and I use one. So today we're going to use a palette that I got last year, but I don't even think I've ever used it actually. But we're going to use it today. But let's do it, shall we? Let's just get started with it. Let's go. So what are we going to use? I am going to use Odin's Eye and Angelica, the Trick or Treat palette. Use that. And she looks like, yeah, I've never used it because it still has that color, the shade saver on it. But it looks like that. Very pretty palette. Very pretty. Kind of intimidating to me, but it's pretty. I'm going to stay kind of in these six shades right in here, I think. May use some of the black, I'm not sure, may use that, but I'm pretty much going to stay right in here today. That's what we're going to do. All right, so I've already got my eye primer on. I don't have my base on. I'll put it on at the end, and we'll talk about it all after that. But for my base, I have on my Beauty Crop Stuck On You eye primer, which I really like. You know, I've had this for a long time, and I still got a lot of it left. But I do like it. It's one of my, it's probably is my favorite at the moment. All right, let's tap that out. So let's just get started. Let's just get with it. I think, and I remember I used to put on a, when I put my eye primer on, then I would put on, what do you call it? You know, a lighter shadow just to kind of cover, but I don't do that anymore because I find that the shadows stick better if I don't do that. But anyway, so let's see here. I'm going to go into, this Wicked shade first right here, I think. Put that in the transition area. I'm going to use one of my blinged brushes. All right. So how is everybody doing? So today is officially Halloween, what is celebrated as Halloween. We do not celebrate Halloween in our household, but Halloween is when my oldest son was born. It was on a cold, rainy October 31st of 1991. So he's 33 today. You know, it don't seem like that's just gone by too fast, I wish my boys were little again. But anyway, so we celebrate his birthday, but we do not celebrate Halloween. I do not believe in Halloween. We do not. But you know, if you do, that's fine. Everybody has their own values and their own beliefs, and I respect that. You don't have to believe like I believe. I don't have to believe like you believe, and we can still be friends. But anyway, so that's just kind of light. You can see it a little bit, but it's light, but it just kind of gives a little bit there. Now, let's go into another color. I'm just going to clean this brush. I'll use the same brush, I think. So anyway, so what do y'all do for this day? Do you celebrate Halloween? What do you do? Like I said, we celebrate my son's birthday. Is what we do. Okay, now I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go in, which one do I want to go into? Jack-o'-lantern, or what is that one? I can't, Howl, Jack-o'-lantern. So there's Howl, and then there's Jack-o'-lantern. I don't know which one I want to go into. I think I'll go into Jack-o'-lantern, the orange. Nah, you know, orange is not my thing, but we're going to use it today. Just kind of put that in my crease. I'm going to tap it in, then tap and slide. I'm not going to rub it just yet. Okay. All right, man, that's not too bad, is it? Put a little bit more right in there. All right, we got that. Let's do the other side. So, and you know what the funny thing is not every, I guess, but a lot of Halloweens, and today also, it is a rainy, cool day. Takes me back to that day when he was born. It took me a long time to get pregnant with him. We had infertility problems. I had to go to a fertility specialist. And back in that day, insurance didn't pay for fertility treatments. So we had to pay for that out of pocket. And so we did the infertility treatments, which was very expensive. The IVFs and all that was very, very expensive. And none of that worked. None of it worked. And the medication, it made me so, I was just like this. And finally I told my husband, I said, we tried for over 7 years. And finally I told him, I said, I can't do this anymore. I am going to have a nervous breakdown if I keep doing this. I just can't do it. So we decided that, all right, hold that thought for a second. All right, not bad. Now I'm going to have to get a different brush. Going to, oh, that's a brown, not a black. I think I am going to go into that. I'm going to go into that and put that in my outer corner. Let's see here what brush I want to use. Where are you? Probably in here. Okay, so this one is I'm pretty sure this is a BH Cosmetics brush. I'm going to go into that Goblin, which I thought was a black, but it's a dark brown. I'm going to go into that and put that in my outer corner. Put that in there. So anyway, we decided, after much prayer and much anguish and much crying that I did, because I wanted a baby. We wanted children really bad, but we decided that maybe it wasn't in the cards for us to have children, and that we needed to leave it up to the Lord. We'll need to leave it up to God. If God wants us to have children, we'll have children, whether they're natural, adoptive, or what. We'll have children. So we decided on that day that we were going to stop the fertility treatment. So I called the fertility doctor and told his nurse, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So we stopped. And then my husband was, at that time, he'd just gotten out of the military, but he was in the Guard, the Air National Guard. And he was deployed. He was deployed to Florida, and they were training to go to Iraq because that was during the Iraqi War. And they were trained. He had already been trained, but he was going to do whatever they did. I don't know. And one day before the day before he was to be deployed, the war ended. And he didn't have to go. Because if he had gone, Christopher wouldn't be 33 right now. He'd be a whole lot younger than that. But anyway, so he didn't go. Well, then about 4 months after I stopped the fertility treatments, maybe 5 months, it's hot. Hold on, guys. I got to turn my fan on. So if you hear that noise, I'm sorry. But anyway, about 4 or 5, almost 5 months after we stopped the treatments, I got sick. I was in college, I was already an LPN, but I was getting my degree in nursing so that I could be an RN. And I got so sick. I thought I had the flu because it was at that time of the year, the winter months. I thought I had the flu. And it just drug on and on and on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Okay, hold on. I want to do a little bit of blending. It's my blending brush that I want to use. Anyway, so it drug on forever, and finally, and I had done, and in the meantime, I had done pregnancy tests before, a bunch of them, and they were all, I'd had some false positives, and I wasn't going to get my hopes up again, because it's like, there's no way I'm pregnant. I can't even get pregnant, right? So I got so sick. Well, anyway, finally, my husband went to the store. He's like, let's just do a pregnancy. So I did a pregnancy test. It was positive. I'm like, no way, that's a false positive. I just have the flu. So then he had bought like 4 or 5 of them. We did all of them. They were all positive, like immediately positive. But I'm like, no, there's no way. We've been trying for over 7 years, did all these fertility treatments. There's no way I'm pregnant. All right, now I'm gonna go into this Howl color right here. I'm gonna go into that. So anyway, we finally made an appointment with my OBGYN, and we went in, and I showed him all my sticks. He said, well, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, you know I've had false positive. He said, all right. Okay. He said, lay back. I said, what are you going to do? He said, we're going to do an ultrasound. And he goes, I'm going to show you that you are actually pregnant this time. I'm like, okay. So, I'm thinking, he's going to be surprised. Well, the surprise person was me. Because there he was in my uterus, as plain as day. And so anyway, so I was pregnant. Oh, got that brush. Look at that. Now that's pretty. Let's do some more blending. So I went along, I was pregnant, and then at my 4.5 months, 5 months, I was 5 months. 4 months. I was 4.5 months. We went to a Lamaze class on a Saturday. Well, that Friday all day, I had not been feeling well, and I got huge, and I hadn't been feeling well, and my stomach would get hard and stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, no, labor, it starts in the middle, works its way out. As a nurse, I know that, right? So I didn't think anything really about it. I just thought, well, I don't know what's going on. So anyway, we went to Lamaze class. We were sitting there doing Lamaze, and I guess my friend, who was also the instructor, because I worked at the same hospital, she saw that something was wrong, and she came up to me during break. She said, what's going on? I said, well, I don't know. My stomach just keeps getting hard. I don't feel good. She goes, well, it's probably nothing, but let's just go up there and put you on the monitor, and let's just see what's going on. Yeah. So we did, and I was in labor at 4.5 months. No, we can't do this. But they stopped my labor. I ended up with a trabecular pump at home, which was very new back in those days. I was on bed rest for the whole rest of my pregnancy. So sick. But anyway, lo and behold, my little miracle was 6 weeks early, because I just couldn't carry him any longer. And they didn't expect him to be healthy. They had our Arkansas Children's Hospital helicopter, Angel 1, on standby. And I had a pediatrician, I had a pediatric specialist, a neonatal specialist, and anyway, all in the labor room. I ended up having to have an emergency C-section because my blood pressure skyrocketed. And guess what? That little booger came out screaming and crying, and he was perfectly healthy. God knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. So he's my miracle baby. He's my miracle baby. All right, let's get with this. Let's see here what I want to do now. I've got all mattes. I want some shimmer. Let's see. I got this shimmer. I've got this shimmer. And I've got this shimmer. It's between these two. Ooh, that one. That's the one I want to use. So I'm going to use, what is this one? Deadly. This one is called Deadly. We're going to put that on the lid. I'm going to get a flat brush for that. Let's see. Oh, I dropped that one to the floor, didn't I? All right, well, we'll just get another flat brush. I know I got one. Here we go. Actually, nope, that's not a flat brush. Come on. So anyway, he was my miracle. He was our miracle baby. So he almost didn't get here for a lot of reasons. I need a flat brush. I know I got a flat brush somewhere in all my mess. So yeah. There we go. Put that on the lid. Just going, yeah, and I am going over that how. I don't know. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. I like that. Okay. Do it over here. Okay. All right. I like that. I do like that. All right. Now I'm going to go in with Mummy's Curse right here. And I'm going to put that on the inner part of the eye. And I'm just going to use my finger for that. Something like that right there. All right, so that's my story for Halloween. And my baby was born. And even though he's 33 today, he's still our baby. Both my boys are our babies. Time has gone by so fast. Way too fast. All right, guys. Enough yapping. I'm going to go offline. I'm going to clean up, finish up the eyes, do the base. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about it. So hang tight. Hey, I'm back, and this is my finished look. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it came out really pretty. All right, so let's talk about it. Move this mirror out of my way. So when I went offline, I did a little cleanup. I finished up with the eyes. What did I do? I took my highlighter from Sydney Grace, the Pumpkin Spice Latte. I put that under the brow area, and where else did I put it? Oh, and then I used it for my highlighter also. Then I took my Clinique Intense Eyeliner in Intense Black, and I lined my upper lids with that. And then on my lower lid, I used my ColourPop Color Stick, Shadow Stick in, oh Lord, Friday Feels. And Friday Feels. Use that. I use that under the eye and in the inner highlight. Let's see. Then I used my L'Oreal Voluminous Eyelash Primer, and then my Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara in black. Then for my brows, I used something. I used from Revlon something micro brow in I don't know, taupe maybe, I can't remember, or light brown, I don't remember which one. And I just broke it. That's lovely. I just broke it. There we go. That on the brows. Then for my brow gel, to set them with, I used my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter that I have. I used that. I'm just throwing everything around, aren't I? And that's my eyes. That is my eyes. All right, now let's go to the base. So for my base, for my primer today, I used my Touch and Sew No Pore Blend Primer. I've got this in my Pud project. I'm trying to use it up, and once it settles, it's actually more down to there, so I am getting that used up. Use that for my primer. For my under eye primer, I used my e.l.f. Putty Under Eye Brightener. That's in my Pud project also. Use that. Then for foundation today, I used my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Illumination SPF 50 foundation, and it's a little bit dark, so I mixed some of this LA Girl Pro Color white foundation mixing pigment with it to get it the color that I wanted it. So I used that for my foundation. For my bronzer today, I used my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Use that for my bronzer. For my blush, I used my Unearthly Cosmetics Spring Magic Blush Palette, which I love this blush palette. And I actually used Alchemy, because it's more of an orangey color. Use that. Then for my highlighter, like I said, I used the Sydney Grace Pumpkin Spice Latte. For my highlighter, used to there, keep its bow a little bit. So I used that. I love that color. It's so pretty. Let's see, highlighter. I didn't use any concealer today. Oh, and then the last thing is the lips. I used from Unearthly Cosmetics a lip gloss in Psych. It's a color, which is an orange, which looks like that. I just use some of that. And voila, this is my finished look. I love their lip gloss. Unearthly has some really good lip gloss. I really like it. And this is my finished look, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I think it looks really pretty. I think it looks really pretty. I'm really pleased with it. All right, try to let my hair grow without putting the heat on it. That's it. That's all I have for this October 31st, last day of October 2024. Tomorrow is November the 1st, and stay tuned for a video for tomorrow. I got a giveaway coming up. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, so stay tuned. All right, guys. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you're not subscribed, you know, it's kind of like if you just click that subscribe button. It doesn't take but a second, and it's free. Don't cost you anything, and it greatly helps my channel because we're trying to grow, right? All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. And until we meet in the next video, take care. Bye.